Hi friends. Ooh, it's so dark. Welcome to the park. Can I make you brighter? Oh Oof, it's a bit too bright. Mm. mm. I don't know if you guys can hear me. So, hi friends. Welcome to the park. So, I'm outside today because I've been cooped up in my room for so long that I just decided to have a little picnic. So I have my corn dog. So we're gonna eat it today. I look like a crazy person right now because I'm like in a bench, on a bench. I'm on a bench and there's no one around. No, like, whatever. Lately, I've been doing nothing as per usual, and not. Wait, what pedas ya? And nothing has been going on in my life as per usual, besides the fact that I didn't get into university. So that's nice. Um, I guess this is the start of my unemployment life unless I decide to employ myself and find a job. But yeah, that's what's happening. And also, there's like houses next to me, like legit not condos, what is it called? Bungalows right next to where I'm sitting. And everyone can see me eating fucking corn dogs and talking to myself, but it's okay. One thing adults always tell me when I was younger, they always say, "Oh, do this, do that, because you're gonna regret it when you're older." And like, I've never been a regretful person because it is what it is. If it's not if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, right? But looking back now that I am an adult, there's a lot of things I regret not doing, and there's a lot of things I regret doing also. But coming to terms with regret is something that I'm still trying to learn. Like, ignoring it is easy, but acknowledging it and knowing that everything you do is entirely of your own volition, and knowing that whatever you do, right or wrong, is your fault or whatever, and then regretting it happening or not happening, yeah, whatever, right? So like, I've been thinking, you know one thing I've been thinking since I've been regretting a lot of things I did or I haven't did is time travel, right? Because fantasy is my coping mechanism. Oh my god, it's a mosquito, go away. But like, time travel is pretty interesting because if you go back in time, you can change this and that. But if you go into the future, you can also change this and that. Like, go back to your actual time. Go away. Haha, die. Like, go back to your. If you go into the future and you're like, oh, this is how I ended up, you can go back to current time and do things better, right? But we always talk about time travel in like a physical sense. Like, a mad scientist builds like a machine, and then you use that machine in order to physically. Sorry, there was a dog and I was scared. What is that? So like, what was I saying? Okay, so you know how you build time machines and then you time travel physically to that place, and then you have to. Oh my god, there's so many mosquitoes. And then you have to like stop, whatever, right? You know how you like physically have to go back in time? What if you can go back in time? What if there was a technology where you can go back in time technologically? Does that make sense? Hear me out. What if, right? There's a technology where, you know how, okay, hear me out, right? You know how in like YouTube there are timestamps to when you like post a comment. So let's say on April 25th, 2026, you posted a comment on someone's video, right? But what if there was a technology where you can post a comment in the past, and then people in the past could see your comment from the future? You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I don't know how to explain this. I've been thinking about this since I was a kid, because like I was just scrolling on YouTube and then like I saw this video that didn't age well or whatever, and I was like, oh, I wish I could post a comment back when I watched it a few years ago, you know. So what if that you could post a comment or like just post something but via the internet, and then it could be seen by people in the past even though you commented in the present? Like, shit, I feel like that makes so much sense. Does it not? Like, I need a mad scientist. Like, I need a mad scientist to figure this out for me, you know? Any mathematicians in the chat, please let me know if this is possible. Because I feel like it is. Like, a technology where, let's say you go on Instagram, and then someone like posts a post, and then you go on their post. Like, someone posted their post yesterday, and then you're like, ooh, I should have posted it yesterday. So like you just change the time, and then it like, you know what I mean? That should make sense. You know, when I was in high school, I thought of this system, like this political system, where the day you were born, you were given basic things like money, not money, but like an education, a house, and maybe like allowances for food. Maybe not even a house, like a piece of land, right? Yeah, piece of land, education, and then like some allowance for food, right? I feel like that makes sense. And then if you want luxuries in life, like, I don't know, fucking grand piano, right? If you want that, or maybe like a Ferrari, because you don't need a Ferrari, you don't need a grand piano, but it's a luxury that if you want, you can work. But if you don't want those luxuries and you just want to live a basic life with what you are given, then you should like get it, you know? But then my friend told me, like, I told this theory to my friend, but then she was like, you know, that's communism, right? Oh. Alright. But like, hear me out. You know, like, hear me out. But I know such political systems can't work in our society because we're greedy. Like, I'm also greedy. Look at me eating this whole corndog by myself, right? I'm still getting eaten by mosquitoes right now. But yeah, that's that. The thing I've been also thinking about was the fact that I don't care about the environment. Like, of course I advocate for like, oh, save water and you gotta recycle and then you gotta do this and you gotta do that, but you know, and like I'm also very against data centers being built in wherever, right? Because it's bad. But thinking about it, I've never done anything to benefit the environment. Like, of course I've consumed less, I've recycled, I've cleaned up this beach and that park, but I've never done anything moving enough to positive to positively impact the environment. So, do I really care about the environment? Because, you would think you're helpless, right? But, like, have some sense of agency. I could literally go to, like, Shell, and protest in front of Shell because they're causing a lot of pollution. But I'm not doing that. I could go run for parliament. I could do that. It's gonna be hard, but, like, I could do that. I could become a politician and fight for environmental rights or whatever. But, like, I'm not doing that. I had to move to my car because I was getting eaten by mosquitoes. Oh my god.